Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the nation, stop what you're doing because we have absolutely bombastic, earth-shaking, mind-blowing news coming out of Dallas that has the entire NFL world talking right now. The rumors are swirling, the reports are buzzing, and the speculation is off the charts. Yes, you heard that right. Shilo Sanders, the son of the legendary Deion Prime Time Sanders, could be making his way to America's team, the one and only Dallas Cowboys. That's right. The Cowboys, the star, the spotlight, the headlines, all of it is aligning in a way that could shake up the entire NFL landscape if this move comes true. And whether this is confirmed tomorrow, next week, or is still in the works behind the scenes, this story has already captured the attention of Cowboys Nation, Buff Nation, and the entire football community. So grab your popcorn, sit tight, and let's break this all down like only real fans can, because this one has all the elements of a blockbuster off-season twist: family legacy, talent, controversy, redemption, and that trademark Sanders swagger that never fails to make headlines. Now, to understand why this story's blowing up, we've got to start with the man himself, Shilo Sanders. He's not just another young defensive back trying to make it to the league. This is a guy who's been under the spotlight since the moment he picked up a football. Growing up as Deion Sanders' son comes with pressure most players could never imagine. We're talking about being the child of arguably the most electrifying two-sport athlete in American history, the only man to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series bowl, and a World Series, and the current head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes, who's turned that program into a media phenomenon. Shiloh's story is one of persistence, resilience, and determination. From his early days at South Carolina to transferring to Jackson State under his father, and then again following prime time to Colorado, he's shown flashes of elite instincts, hard-hitting, leadership, and football IQ that you can't teach. And now, after battling injuries and navigating a roller coaster college career, he's right back in the national conversation because of one simple but powerful phrase: Shilo Sanders in Dallas. Think about that for a moment. Dallas, the Cowboys, the biggest brand in football, the most watched team in America. A franchise always hungry for star power, always on the lookout for players who bring more than just skill, but also personality, marketability, and storylines. And who fits that mold better than a Sanders? The Sanders name already carries weight. Deion made his mark in the NFL with the Cowboys back in the 90s, helping them capture another Super Bowl and reminding the world why prime time was more than just a nickname. It was a movement. Fast forward nearly 3 decades, and now we're talking about the possibility of his son donning that same iconic star on his helmet. You couldn't script a more poetic twist if you tried. This would be one of those generational full circle moments that fans dream about. Imagine a Shilo Sanders running out of the tunnel at AT&T Stadium, the crowd roaring, his dad watching from the sidelines or the luxury box, and the announcers losing their minds over the storyline. Another Sanders takes the field for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, let's not pretend this story doesn't have layers. There's excitement, yes, but also skepticism, curiosity, and even controversy. Some fans are saying, wait, does Dallas really need another defensive back? Others are saying, are the Cowboys just chasing headlines? But let's keep it real. Jerry Jones has never been shy about adding star power to his roster. This is the same owner who thrives on attention, who understands that football in Dallas is not just about X's and O's, it's about entertainment, legacy, and building a brand that stays in the headlines 365 days a year. Shilo Sanders joining the Cowboys isn't just a personnel move, it's a media event waiting to happen. And if you know how this organization operates, that's exactly the kind of narrative they love. But what does Shilo bring to the table on the field? This kid plays with heart, energy, and a physical edge. He's known for his ability to come downhill and lay the boom on receivers. He's got that aggressive safety mindset that fans crave. At Colorado, he became known for big hits, emotional leadership, and a willingness to take on responsibility. He's vocal, he's confident, and yes, sometimes that confidence rubs people the wrong way, but that's exactly what makes him stand out. He plays with that same swagger that made his dad a legend, and whether you love it or hate it, you pay attention when a Sanders is on the field. Now, imagine that energy infused into a Cowboys defense that's already loaded with playmakers like Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs. You've got one of the most aggressive defenses in football, adding another emotional spark plug, another personality who isn't afraid of the spotlight. The chemistry, the intensity, the swagger, this could be something special if handled right. Now, if we dive deeper into the buzz surrounding this bombastic hiring rumor, there's something else that's got people talking. Timing. The Cowboys have been criticized lately for not capitalizing in the postseason, for having great regular seasons that end in heartbreak. Jerry Jones has openly said he's running out of time and wants another Super Bowl ring sooner rather than later. So a move like this, while seemingly small on the surface, could have big symbolic weight. Yeah, it's not just about adding a player, it's about sending a message that the Cowboys are willing to shake things up, take risks, and lean into storylines that reignite fan excitement. And make no mistake, fans are excited. Social media has been on fire. The hashtags Shilo to Dallas and Sanders and Dallas have been trending. Fan pages are already photoshopping Shilo in a Cowboys uniform, and analysts on podcasts are debating whether this is a real move or just smoke and mirrors. But whether it's rumor or reality, one thing's for sure. People are talking, and in the NFL, that's half the battle. Now let's talk about the Sanders family dynamic for a second. Deion has built a brand around faith, family, and football, and his sons, Shilo and Shadur, have been part of that story every step of the way. We've seen them on YouTube, on social media, on television. We've seen the behind the scenes moments, the training, the speeches, the discipline, and the motivation. Deion has always said he's raising men, not just athletes. If Shilo lands in Dallas, you can bet Deion will be proud beyond words, because this would symbolize not only a continuation of his legacy, but also a testament to the hard work and dedication that his kids have put in under immense pressure. It's no secret that Shilo sometimes lives in the shadow of his younger brother Shadur, the Heisman hopeful quarterback at Colorado who's projected to go high in the next NFL draft. But this potential Dallas opportunity could be Shilo's moment to shine, to carve out his own identity, and to show the world that he's not just Deion's son or Shadur's brother. He's Shilo Sanders, a playmaker in his own right. Can we just pause and imagine the marketing potential for a second? Picture the Cowboys social media team announcing, "Welcome to Dallas, Shilo Sanders," with that crisp photo of him in the star uniform, primetime music in the background. Deion reposting it on Instagram with a message like, "Full circle. God is good." The internet would explode. ESPN, Fox, NFL networks, every sports outlet would cover it nonstop for days. You'd have Deion on interviews talking about how proud he is. You'd have players reacting, and you'd have Cowboys fans filling the comment sections with excitement and skeptics debating whether this move is football smart or publicity driven. Either way, the Cowboys win the news cycle, and in today's NFL, winning the news cycle is part of the game. Now, what about Shilo himself? What's going through his mind if this is truly happening or being considered? This is a young man who's been doubted, counted out, and labeled Prime's kid his whole career. Every mistake he's made has been magnified, every move analyzed, but this could be his redemption arc. Maybe he didn't get drafted as high as he wanted. Maybe the early stages of his pro career didn't go as planned, but landing in Dallas would give him a stage unlike any other to prove himself. we've seen countless players revive their careers with the Cowboys because the environment, the culture, and the pressure push them to another level. Shilo knows the expectations that come with wearing that star. He knows the cameras never stop rolling in Dallas, but he also knows that pressure creates diamonds, and this could be his chance to shine bright. So, Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Are we about to witness the next great chapter in the Sanders legacy? Could Shilo be the missing piece that adds grit, energy, and heart to this Dallas defense? Or is this just another offseason headline designed to keep the Cowboys in the center of the NFL universe? Either way, this story's developing fast, and I'll be right here bringing you every update, every reaction, and every inside scoop as it unfolds. Because if there's one thing we've learned from covering the Cowboys and the Sanders family, it's that when their names come together in one sentence, the world stops to watch. So stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on notifications because trust me, you do not want to miss what's coming next. So, Bert, the Cowboys might just be making history again, and if Shilo Sanders is part of that journey, well, you can bet the entire NFL